All right, let's talk about kind of switch completely from a low asset business to a high asset business.
Still kind of travel.
Yeah, travel. But we're talking about Boeing. Boeing is obviously a huge plane maker. Only really two worldwide. You got Boeing and
Airbus.
Airbus. That was the other one in Germany. I think they're in Germany.
France.
France. Gosh, France. France doesn't produce anything.
They produce airplanes.
Airplanes. Wow, that's a surprise. I thought it was Germany.
And what? Wine.
Why?
And cheese.
Cheese, and there we go. Well, they are in the industry of aerospace and defense. Short on the float is only 2%, so that's good. 72% institutional owned. We do see no PE ratio. Price of sales 2.3 versus 3.3. Did they just report earnings? Because I'm missing a lot of numbers here. No book value, no price of cash flow, no PEG ratio. I didn't think they reported yet. I mean, we're in the first part of the year.
It doesn't look like they have.
No.
It says they'll report on the 27th.
I mean, in this company, again, we talked about this years ago. Remember when I'm pretty sure it was, didn't they take on with a new CEO like $40 billion of debt or something?
Well, that was the old new CEO or the new old CEO. There is a new CEO that has since replaced him during.
Oh, so he's gone. I think it was Calhoun or something. Was his
there's
name.
Kelly Orberg is now the new CEO, and from what I've understood, obviously I think he's gotten in there, and I think he's got things going in the right direction.
Yeah, I'll take a look at the balance sheet while I look at the earnings going forward. But do see no earnings over the last 12 months. The industry is up 13.3%. Sales, now this is good, climbed 21.4 versus 0.8. Wow, the 5-year growth rate for Boeing, you're looking at 92.8%. That's well above the industry at 16.5. And that comes from the analysts. That's what they think the earnings are going to grow at per year. Boeing does not pay a dividend. I think they used to, but they're no longer paying a dividend. Balance sheet, current ratio 1.2 versus 1.6. That's okay. Debt to equity, no debt to equity. I'm pretty sure this company has no equity. Again, I'll check that when you're looking at the numbers there, Chase. Net profit margin, a negative 12.2 versus a positive 6. Return on equity, 120.1. That's very good. Free cash flow, this is not good. A negative $6.4 billion. The industry is a positive $2.2 billion. So not very thrilled with that. What do you got, Jace?
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, the hard thing with the cash flow with this company is it's all over the place, right? When you have
Because it takes forever to get these.
Well, yeah, when you're building them, and then you could have huge cash flow if you're not building that many and delivering more planes and collecting the sales. So there's so much more of a cycle to this business that makes it very hard to analyze, in my view. I did want to kind of poke fun one more thing at the French. They also have handbags, LVMH.
Oh, there we go.
Louis Vuitton is French as well.
They're having problems, though. Those handbags ain't selling the way they used to.
But back to Boeing, this was interesting talking about competing against the French. Boeing actually outsold Airbus in 2025 for the first time since 2018. It looks like in December, Boeing logged net orders for 174 planes, including more than 100 737 MAXs for Alaska Airlines. So it seems like, again, they're getting back on the right track. They had a few snafus, I'll call it, over the last several years with, I'm going to say, quality control. I mean, that really put a dent in Boeing and the perception people had of Boeing. But it seems like that's died out. We haven't really had many major issues. And I don't know about you, but it seems like people aren't as concerned about Boeing planes as they were a few years ago.
Yeah, I mean, they went through that terrible thing with the 747...
737 MAX.
737 MAX, and it was just, I think they had, but things happened in 3. I think they had 3 incidences.
They had a couple planes crash, and, obviously fatalities across the board. And remember, they had the door fly off mid-flight that hit social media, and I think that was a 737 MAX too.
Yeah, and I don't know if you have the price back then, but it was like really quite low, and they had a hard time. But it seems to be they got those problems fixed at this point in time.
Yeah, well, let's look at the current price here again for Boeing, $247.68. It's been on a tear here. The 52-week low, $128.88, and the high, $248.75. It looks like it did bottom out in, about 2022. Looks like when the bottom was over the last 5 years. Looks like it approached that $100 level. But going forward for Boeing, this is kind of what I'm talking about. And I don't know if I'd ever buy a Boeing because it is just so hard to understand the cycle with this business. This year, they're estimated to lose $9.60. But next year, we're looking for $2.26 worth of profit. That would give us a target sell price, again, just laughable, $37.52. Now, Boeing, to me, is worth way more than $37.52. But it's that cycle that's just so complicated. I mean, 2027, they're looking, again, less analysts, for like 157% growth in earnings. could this be the uptrend finally that we're going to see in earnings for Boeing, which I'm going to say might justify the price, but given our strategy, it's just something I would never buy.
Yeah, and I thought Boeing would probably turn things around, be a good buy, but it didn't fit our strategy because we need earnings, we need cash flow, and they just didn't have that. Kind of be like a guess that they could pull through this. I did look at the debt on the balance sheet. It's currently about $44.6 billion. That was about $61 billion back in 2020. So I don't think there's anything left in this company. I think it's done.
We'll see. I mean, again, I think there might be, but we'll see.
We'll see.